Language register. That means how formally or informally you express yourself. Roughly, there are 3 different types of registers: formal, informal, and familiar register. You choose a different register depending on whom you are talking to: friends, acquaintances, or superiors, because of course that makes a huge difference. Knowing what signifies those registers helps you to set the right tone and avoid coming across too posh or too laid back. Number 1, formal register. Okay, let's say I'm on a field trip with some co-workers, including my boss, or with a group of students, and I'm responsible for organizing the trip. I decided to show them 2,000 years of history on a trip with the river bus along the Thames River. And of course, they don't know where to go or where to buy tickets, which route to take, and so on. So I'll explain it to them. As I don't know them so well, I'd choose a fairly formal register. Right now, we're in the west of London, and we want to go to the East End. So I've decided we're going to take one of the Thames River bus services towards North Greenwich, which is in the east of London. If you want to travel across London, the river bus provides an interesting alternative to going by bus or underground. And it also offers a good opportunity to see some of the sights of London from the river. There are many different services to choose from on the river. Timetable guides are available at the piers where you board the boat. We need route number RB1 eastbound. The boat departs in 10 minutes. According to the guide, you're always guaranteed a seat. And as you can see, there are plenty of seats available. There's also a Wi-Fi hotspot on board, so you can go online during the journey, which is a facility that isn't available on the underground or the bus. You heard I used a fairly formal style, the formal register. It sounds like serious factual information, a typical documentary style. Also, it sounds as though it were carefully prepared and scripted. So although it's spoken, it's similar to a written guide. First of all, I used longer sentences with subordinate clauses, especially relative clauses. You can go online during the journey, which is a facility that isn't available on the underground. Secondly, I used abstract nouns, and especially words with Latin origin. A good opportunity, an interesting alternative, a different perspective. And lastly, I structured my sentences in a rather impersonal way. I don't talk about myself, but rather focus my narration on the important facts. There are many different services. Timetables are available. Number 2, informal register. A bit more casual now, because now I'm talking with someone else. Let's say we're a group of people who know each other a little bit better already. Acquaintances, same age, perhaps, but not best friends. We spend a nice Saturday together in London, and I suggest we take the river bus down to Greenwich. To explain to my group what to do at the pier, I'd choose a more informal register. Well, here we are in the west of London, and we want to go to the East End. We could always go by underground, but instead, we're going to take one of these river buses to Greenwich. That's in the east of London. It makes for a nice change, and you get to see more. In fact, it's a great way to see some of the sights of London, but from the river. There are lots of different services to choose from, and they have timetable guides on the piers, so it's easy to find your way around. The boat's going in 10 minutes. In the guide it says you can always get a seat. And look, they're right. Lots of seats free, no problem. They've also got Wi-Fi, so you can go online, check your emails. You can't do that on the underground. I express the exact same information as in the first part, but in informal register. The effect is it sounds more like a natural conversation than a lecture. It feels more like I'm talking spontaneously, and it's livelier too. So, how did I do it? Well, first of all, once again, it's a matter of sentence construction. No relative clauses. The explanatory phrase stands for itself. We're going to take one of these river buses to Greenwich. That's in the east of London. Then, my vocabulary is different. I use everyday words. Instead of, this provides an interesting alternative, I said, the river bus makes for a nice change. Formal is, the boat departs. Informal is, the boat's going. Also, formal language often uses a noun as the subject, or there is or there are. Timetables are available. There are plenty of seats available. In informal language, it's more common to use they or you as the subject. They have timetables. You can always get a seat. Number 3, familiar or conversational register. Now let's say we're friends. We're having a great day out together in London and hopped on the boat to see the wonderful city from the waterside. Now, of course, I would choose a familiar register because we're friends, right? Wow, this is way better than I thought it would be. You can actually sit inside and stay nice and warm if you want to, but I've come out because I don't want to miss out on all the sights. The weather's not so great, but there you go. Oh well. Oh, wow. Look. That's really cool. As you travel down the river, you get to see all the sights. Hey, just going to nip inside for a bit. It's lovely out here, but I'm freezing. So, what changed in my narration? Well, for one, I involved you more. I'm talking directly to you. I also used so-called interjections, small words to lighten the conversation like wow, hey, or look. I used colloquial, everyday expressions. Very cool. This is way better. Sometimes I just left out the start of the sentence altogether, saying, just gonna nip inside. And I used you and we as subjects. You can actually sit inside, or here we are. Well, here we are, Greenwich. In Greenwich, you can go to a concert in the world's busiest music arena or visit the observatory with the world-famous prime meridian. Here, time actually begins. Wow, reminds me, time for the recap now. A language register is a variety of a language used for a particular purpose or in a particular social setting. The appropriate register depends on the audience, the topic, and the means of communication. There are 3 levels of formality: formal, informal, and familiar register. And every register comes with its own use of grammar and vocabulary. What's the right level of formality? You use the formal register in serious situations, when you talk with people you don't know well, or in written correspondence, like essays and formal letters. The focus is information. The language is abstract and complex. You use informal register in situations that are more relaxed and involve people we know. It's used in most conversations, but also in written correspondence like personal emails. The information often contains a personal aspect. The vocabulary includes everyday words. The sentences are shorter. The familiar register is a very relaxed style of language used with people we know very well. It's used in conversations and in text messages and chats. It contains contractions, interjections, and abbreviations. The vocabulary is very casual and might even include some slang expressions. Now you know the differences of the 3 main language registers. For more information and examples, check out our homepage, alphaLernen. You'll find everything super short and sweet on the Spickzettel, and watch more videos for more information.